Welcome to the deep dive. You know, sometimes the simplest stories, those old fables, they actually hold some pretty deep wisdom for tackling the complex stuff we face today.
Absolutely. From everyday choices right through to, well, even financial strategy.
Exactly. And today we're diving into one of those, the Wolf's Lesson, focus strategy in life and trading. It's a really insightful piece.
It is. Hits on some core truths.
So yeah, our goal here is to really unpack this, pull out the key lessons, and see how they actually apply to you. Things like making smarter decisions, maybe avoiding that feeling of information overload we all get.
Sounds like a great plan. Where do we start?
Let's set the scene. Picture this dense jungle. We've got two main characters, hunters. First, there's this powerful tiger. Big, strong, fast.
But impatient. Very impatient, the source says.
Right. Always bragging, apparently. Something like, I'm so fast I can catch two, maybe three deer at once.
Ah, the classic overconfidence.
And then there's the wolf. Clever, calm, focused, totally different vibe.
Yeah, the wolf wasn't about showing off speed. More about observation, picking one target, waiting for the right moment, a real strategist.
Such a contrast. So how did this play out when they actually went hunting?
Well, it went pretty much as you'd expect based on their personalities. A herd of deer appears.
And the tiger.
The tiger, true to form, just roars and bolts, dashes right at the middle of them, trying to grab, several at once like he boasted.
And I bet that didn't quite work.
Not at all. Total chaos. The deer just scattered in all directions. He caught nothing, zero, and ended up just completely worn out and frustrated.
Meanwhile, the wolf, what was he doing?
The wolf, he stayed hidden, just watched from the tall grass. Really patient.
Okay.
Then he zeroes in on one deer, just one. Maybe one that looked a bit weaker, easier to isolate.
Smart.
Very smart. Pursued it slowly, didn't rush, and then bang! One clean strike made the kill. Efficient. Effective.
Wow.
Ah.
Efficiency versus just, well, flailing around with raw power.
Exactly. It's a perfect illustration.
So this is where the lesson really comes in, right? The tiger must have been confused.
He was baffled. Goes up to the wolf, apparently, and asks him straight up, how do you do that? How do you hunt so easily every single time? What's the secret?
And what did the wolf say? This is the core of it, I think.
It really is. The wolf apparently just smiled and said something like, Tiger brother, look, it's not just hunting, it's anything. If you run everywhere, chasing everything,
You get nothing.
you get nothing, exactly. He said, choose one goal. Focus on that goal. Put your energy there, and then strike, but only at the right time.
Choose one, focus, strike right.
Yeah.
Simple but profound.
And then he added this great line. The lion might be king, sure, but the jungle rewards cleverness more than just power. It's about strategy, intelligence, not just brute force.
Knowing when and how, not just how hard.
Precisely. Knowing when not to act is just as important sometimes.
That hits home. I mean, how often do we mistake being busy for being effective?
All the time. We all do it.
And the source directly connects this to trading, which is fascinating. How does this wolf wisdom translate to, say, the world of finance, or even just our daily decisions?
Well, the analogy is pretty direct. Smart traders, like the wolf, they don't jump at every single blip on the screen, every supposed opportunity.
They don't chase every deer.
Exactly. They prioritize. They think hard about position sizing, basically. How much money to put into one specific trade so one bad bet doesn't wipe them out.
Managing the risk.
Managing risk, absolutely. That's key. And they avoid getting greedy, which, like the tiger's impatience, just leads to bad, impulsive choices.
Trying to catch three deer at once.
Right. The core idea is simple. One really well thought out trade, one carefully chosen action, is worth way more than 10 rushed, unnecessary ones.
So it's quality over quantity, focus over frantic activity. Applies to so much more than trading, doesn't it? Your inbox, your project list.
Your whole day, really. Are
Wow.
you the tiger scattering your energy or the wolf focusing on what truly matters?
And the story wraps up nicely, too. The tiger actually learned something.
Yeah. The source says he was silenced, humbled. It clicked for him. And from then on, he learned to focus. One prey at a time.
That's powerful. Even the strongest can learn from quiet wisdom.
Definitely. So for you listening, the big takeaways from this story are pretty clear, I think.
Let's recap them.
Okay, first, don't feel you have to chase every single opportunity. Be selective. Discernment is key.
Right.
Second, have a strategy and manage your position size, whether that's money in a trade, time on a project, whatever. Control your exposure.
Makes sense.
And finally, remember, it's not about the number of trades or decisions. It's about the right one. That single, focused, well-timed move, That's what can really make a difference.
So here's a thought to leave you with. Where in your life right now might you be chasing too many deer? Spreading yourself thin, getting exhausted, maybe not achieving much.
Good question.
And how could applying that wolf's lesson, choosing one clear goal, focusing, striking at the right moment, bring you maybe a bit more success or just some needed clarity?
Yeah.
Something to definitely chew on.